Hello there everyone, this is I Mark III and welcome back to some more Automation Empire. Yes, where, as you can see, the coal flows like water from the Ionian ice mines. Yes indeed. In the interest of efficiency, I have done a few tweaks around the place during the break from the previous episode, and I have also brought our coal processing plant up to full capacity. So it is now running its happy little socks off and trying to do all the things. So let's show you what I've done, shall we? Well, first things first, I need to collect what's left of the research in that place, and then we can get rid of that because we're not doing anything with it. So there we go. Pop. No, go away, power pole. Thank you. Right, I spread things out since honestly, having those attached to the sides of this thing, there wasn't any real benefit to it except like more output storage. So I've done that and then spread it out so we can actually extend this thing as long as we need to accommodate more output lines, more connecting it to actual research facilities, you know, that kind of stuff. I've taken the coal mines we've got on this side and I've hooked them together, as you saw. They are condensed into this storage here, and then a separate cart set is pulling them across and then loading them into here. So keeping the journeys relatively short. And then I have actually condensed things slightly in here as well, so there's no longer any tracks coming out of the far end of the building. It's now operating all down here because, as it turns out, the spacing was spot on for this particular setup. So I brought all of this together through unified storages on the sides, and then that goes all the way along it to wherever it's needed. And that's running. Though it seems like I didn't actually load these side pieces up quite properly in terms of, you know, little things like total number of crates. So these guys seem to be a bit short compared to this one. This one was, yeah. Duly noted. I preloaded this one from up here onto here. These guys are actually preloaded from this side, as it turned out, and that seems to have not done the trick. So these guys are definitely short on boxes. I think I'll have to actually plug those in and try to get the number of crates brought up a little bit. They're firing on 2 cylinders, while this guy's firing on 3. So yeah, these guys are definitely not quite running at full capacity. There's, however, a lot of material storage building up over here. So even without them running flat out, I'm still struggling to ship all of the coal away to fast enough rates. Also, I need more drones. I need more drones. I am down to 16 for whatever reason. So yeah. It seems like deleting a couple of the drone controls actually deleted a bunch of drones below my population, so I'm not sure what happened there, in all honesty. At least we're fully stocked though. So, we've got excess coal. Each of these can handle roughly 3 mines, so we should have enough crate output. The problem has just been like a lack of drones and trucks and things. I think I'm going to quickly expand this side of it, because we do need to do that. Oh, there's a power pole in the way. So if we extend that, there we go. You're medium, you're low because you're the first one in the actual thing. You're medium. And we'll also get this one functioning as well, because, you know, we might actually need the truck space. You're low, you're medium, and you need the tunnels as well. So let's just get your last tunnel in place, so you will start to function.
I don't understand. What do you want?
There we go.
You're just a machine.
More trucks to transport things to the gods of industry in the sky. More drones. More efficiency. More everything. Yay. Okay. So, moving on. Our initial plan for this setup is, since we've got excess coming through on here, we don't actually need to get an extra thing going there. So I'm going to plug this thing straight into research. Just because we have got the spare capacity and the spare tonnage to do so. Better go. Better go this way. Sorry, throat's fogging up a little bit. Right, I'll put it there. Then I'll install the research facility there. In fact, let's be generous. Let's get 2 research. What kind of spacing do I need? A 1 and a 3, I'm thinking. Is that going to be enough to mount in an extra research? Yeah, it is. It's slightly awkward, that. I wish there was a 2-length connector, but there just isn't. So a 1 and a 3 will allow the facilities to connect to each other. So that will get some research, and it'll get us, more importantly, researching actual refined coal, since that is actually a thing that needs to be done. Oh wait, I need to plug that one in as well, because, yeah. Now, these guys, it may not make much sense plugging them in like this, but I think it kind of does, because these guys, of course, have a limited production speed, and anything coming out of the containers, they prioritize something with internal storage space, so these guys will be filled up first with any resources that come in, and then when these are full, these guys are empty at a steady pace, so these guys produce the crates and they get shipped out and all that stuff. And yeah, I think that works out pretty well actually. Let's add an extra loading bay there. Go medium 2. And we are shipping all the coal in the world. Though we can do more. We can do more. I'm just not sure we should, given the state of things. Yeah, these guys really need more boxes. I have a thought on that actually. These are empty as they come through. Ideally, for proper preloading, I want it to be transferred across here. So let's be cheeky and make sure that these guys at the end are fully loaded, because anything coming up this way is going to be empty. The only problem is, of course, that each crate manufacturing has only got a limited amount of crates it can make, so we'll have to periodically refresh this thing. If we do it like that, now we can nick off the far end and just filter it down the line. That'll work. And then, to make sure this one keeps on functioning properly, we'll just have a crate maker just on this end here. Yeah, that's going to work. So this will keep this one at least functioning, and any empty crates are being moved over along the line to make sure that these guys are all filled up. Until eventually things run out, you know? Because there is that whole thing of like, there's got to be enough clearance before they actually get put down onto the lines themselves, so this will make sure everything is filled up as much as this particular active crate maker can handle. So yeah, that'll help to sort that out. Next step, I would say, is... Oh, there's some more coal over there. How many could this thing actually handle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This factory is slightly too large for the amount of coal it's currently receiving, and honestly it doesn't want to receive any more than that, because one of these configurations is enough to handle 3 mines. So a new factory is called for over here, and one over here as well. There's more coal over there. And that's oil, I think. Yeah, if I tap into those ones over there, then that would be all of the coal spots, I think. So yeah, there's room for another coal factory. Why shake things up? We need enough coal. Oh, you're not getting properly serviced. Okay. You're not getting properly serviced. So this section does need to be longer because there was a lot of coal. Increase the length of it a little bit. Just watch it and make sure that it's all unloaded properly. But at least we're going to get the refinery firing on all cylinders now. Now that's slightly too warm there as well. Okay. And we can still double it back on itself at least a little bit. That should be plenty. It's curving around itself as it unloads. How are you doing? Have you been maxed out? Yeah, you've maxed out. Okay. And it's still moving some crates around. That's good actually. That's more or less done the trick. This one seems to be now operating full capacity. This one is also more or less operating full capacity, so is this one, so there's only like a couple more crates needed. Yeah. A few caps left on this one to plug in and then that'll be it. This will all be sorted. Kind of glad I thought about that one, because I was considering just like deleting storage to make space to put in the box makers, but this is quite convenient. It flows all the way along to where they are needed. But yes, okay. The last kind of tidbit I've got from watching Catherine in the Sky is that these refineries, they seem to operate like they take as long as it takes the ore to mine, so it's roughly a 1-to-1 ratio the whole time. Let's check our list and see. It doesn't tell us. But yeah, these refineries at the very least, it takes as long as it takes to mine the thing to refine the thing. Though that said, I have kind of noticed something concerning, which is if we connect water, we'd increase the extraction speed. But if we connect water to a factory, it reduces the power cost of the machinery inside, but it doesn't increase the speed. So there's going to be, if I actually get water tech and start cooling the drills, then I'm going to need extra processing capacity to handle the stuff. I mean, if we look there, the drill says 30% extra. So yeah, 30% extra speed. So this is slightly above what it requires for all the coal that it should be getting, but it's not going to be enough to handle that. So it would need like an extra 2 banks of these just to deal with that. So that would be an extra processing building just there. So maybe that's something to keep in mind. The question is how long. Well, those are worth 27,000 each. Okay. That's 80,000 RP for that. Am I unlocking coal progress? You need coal, but you're not making progress. Oh wait, it's because I've not connected. I've not actually collected the stuff yet. Let's collect that and see. 22, 22. That has given me bingo, 25. Okay. Yeah, that's working. That's working quite well. I still think like getting a unified research system somewhere near this delivery site, like maybe just on this island here, would be a good idea. Just so that just so that I can pull things off these lines using the carts and things, and then pull them across here. But anyway, let's get moving on some other stuff though. Like I can refine the gold over here as well. I can tap into this gold, and that's worth a couple of thousand a pop. So that would be really worth it. Is there more gold? There is more gold. There's another 5 here. Actually, is that? Yeah, that's is that all the gold? I believe it is. Okay, right. Maybe we should get gold refining going, though we do need iron for some of our research. So that is another consideration. We need, of course, various materials to go into the various researchers. So that'll mean rebuilding and restructuring things, except for the fact that I think this is probably going to stay as it is, because this is like the boxing section now. So this is just doing the boxing for materials that are delivered to it. But moving the research section away, somewhere a bit more isolated, would allow us to try and use it a bit more efficiently. So let's go. let's get some more processor buildings going. Let's get an iron processing building. Then we'll need a place for iron to be combined with coal to go into steel or whatever other freaking combinations we need. Crazy stuff. In fact, I think I could probably do with some extra capacity anyway, just because there seems to be a little bit of inefficiency going on in here. At least I'm transferring enough of the resource out now, though. So there is that. There's got to be a better way to do this. Gotta be. Oh wait, there are claw train tracks. Don't know how good they are though. Then there's the main train track as well, which again, how good is that? Beats me. But the claw trains might be a good place to start. Oh wait, I forgot. There are techs I can use to speed things up. Silly me. Okay, right, buildings. We need a building. If I check you, you are. I need one that's one section bigger. Each section is worth 3 things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 by 3, 6, 7, 12 by 8. Yeah, 12 by 8. So a 15 by 8 should be just fine as a processing plant. A 15 by 8. Wait, no, 18 by 8, sorry. Right, I said 30% increase to account for potential ore if I use cooling. 18 by 8 for a processing building. I need a good place to put this stuff. I think I want iron to be somewhere near the coal, so I'm thinking that maybe put iron processing on this island. And then gold can be over here. Or something? Question mark? 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, jeez. Please tell me that's a blueprint mode of some kind. Oh dear. Can I click and drag? No. Can't. I don't think there's a blueprint mode of any kind. Okay, so I'm going to have to do all that manually. Oh, hell. However, that's not actually as bad as I thought it would be in terms of size. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can almost fit an identical one next to it. If I leave a gap of 2 for the train lines coming down either side, that... Yeah, that's too long. Yeah, there we go. We've got 2 processing buildings, apparently. Okay, so if that's what we're doing, I guess this should be too bad. I mean, we've got like $1 million just like built up now. So if we're going to copy this setup here, we just need to get it all installed in place and preloaded. So yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad at all. Now these guys come straight off the sides, so that is there and there. Then that'll just continue along the way. This was... I think refined products will come out the middle, so it's going to be from right to left in this one and left to right in the other one. So more smelterings. It's going to be 3. Leave a gap for that. 1, 2, 3. That'll be enough to tap into 2 sets of iron. I know of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, this isn't going to be big enough anyway. Because I'm building based on this thing, which can handle 2 deposits of 3 coal and 1 deposit of 5 coal. This is not big enough. Darn it. Let's tally up my iron deposits. I've got no, there's another coal deposit there. Wait, coal is more abundant. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of 3. 6 sets of... Actually, transporting too far would be... yeah, this is based on a building that which is intended to refine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 at max. So that's 4 deposits. That's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean that's going to pull from this one across to here. So these 4 here will go into one of these buildings. Gold, there's like 10 immediately available. Because there's 2 clusters of... Yeah, these are good sizes for what's going to be nearby. I'm going to have to build separate buildings for the stuff over there. Anyway, moving on. Let's get going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, and there's enough space left for comfortably handle a 50% processing space increase. That's slightly overkill, but it'll work. I've just realised I've messed up again. I've got to make sure this is all in the right place. 1, 1. Yeah, slightly messed it up. Don't worry, I'll get this thing sorted out eventually. And I'll get that sorted out eventually.
I don't understand. What do you want?
Right now, these buildings only need like 4 banks, though. There we go. Nope, that's on the wrong side. Mark III. You are such a dumbass sometimes. You really are. Look at this, I've already spent like $250,000 on this. I so very much wish this game had a blueprint mode. But on the bright side, this will handle massive amounts of iron ore processing for the very foreseeable future. So there is that. Okay, right. I need next the loaders. It'd probably have been more sensible to put in the, you know, the actual words. Curse you words. Also, that's all out of line as well. It needs to be moved up by 1. More work. Excellent. Right. That was out of line because it needs to pull after this. So it wouldn't line up there because it's conflicting with that, so it needs to be like that. And then the loading happens before it goes into here. I'm not quite concerned about the step conveyor's corners though, because I remembered something, which is the fact that it's like the tracks and the roads. It will automatically put in a corner. So even though you can select the corner pieces in here, you don't have to if you lay it out a bit at a time like this. So yeah, like that. See? Pretty straightforward. And probably the fastest part of this entire operation, if I'm honest. Hopefully this thing will be ready to fire up by the end of the episode, but I wouldn't expect it because it also needs to preload with the crates as well. I do seriously doubt that this thing will be refining by the end of the episode, because there's only like 5 minutes of the episode left. And as you can see, like little mistakes creep in so very easily. Like that there. There's also the fact we'd need to configure things to sell and or research and or whatever the products coming out of here. So we need to get a bunch of stuff set up. And in fact, maybe I should just delete and move that slightly, just for the anyone that might suffer from OCD who happens to see this. That might be something to consider. I'm okay with that, I guess. Yeah, rebellion for the win. Right, that's 4 banks. It needs the unloaders. It needs the temporary bits to make sure that it can move things along. And this is going to probably take 2 crate makers worth of stuff. So I can install that stuff on a temporary basis, and that will take care of anything required, I suppose you could say. Yeah, like that. Then I just have to get it across the way. Like you saw me do in the other building to top it up a little bit. That should do it. That'll do, and then that's where 2 crate makers will sit for initial filling up. Okay. Yeah, that should be that's almost the thing. Right. That's gonna work. I just need to hook it up to power supply and all that jazz. Let's put a power pole at the back here to connect the 2 factories together. And then we just need to connect up the outside. Might as well put it near this thing because these are going to be in operation as well. Now if we've got enough power grid for all of this, that remains to be seen. And yes, I am somewhat deliberately avoiding putting too many power poles just out in the middle of the water, just because. There we go. Do we have enough power grid? We do, actually. So that is actually all functional. It's not got any doorways or things, but oh, it's not actually. Once again, I messed up. There we go. That'll start to preload those machines. Next up is to actually get this in some coal. So let's plop down the mining rigs for it. That's those, and these. Yeah, that's all of that. And then these guys will all funnel up to this system here. Kind of thinking about where to put the stuff now. Because I want to condense these things down, like I did over there. Can I actually... It'll be more expensive. I mean, I've got like... Can I actually... I can try to connect these things together using just supply. That will connect. 1, 2... No, that won't. 1, 2, 3... That won't either. So this is the thing. You can connect some of these drill spots together, and they will supply the materials and all that jazz. But it's just so much simpler if you just use the carts. You know, just use the carts. Just use the carts. The minecart will make your life much easier. I mean, look at that. I was counting blocks and things like, wait, no, I don't need to do that. I can just do bish bash bosh, and it's done. That was so much easier, just because I wasn't trying to automate it and save on having a minecart. put it like this, this, and this. And yeah, my alarm has sadly gone off. That means that I am also kind of out of time for this episode as well. I did say that we wouldn't really get that process of building working, you know? So I did kind of foretell that, because it's just like building like this does take a while. Okay, that's going to be fine as well. But all of that will flow into this thing, which is very sadly being used. But as I said, that is the end of this particular part, and I think I kind of want to go and do something else now. So this is also the end of the trial run, I think, for the channel. We'll see how you guys like these videos, and if you want me to continue with this ice mining thing on camera or not, because I kind of would like a little bit of feedback on that one. So yeah. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have been enjoying the show, and thank you for sticking with me for this trial run on Automation Empire. If you want me to continue these videos for this series, let me know in the comments down below. And if not, I'll catch you some other time. See you all later.